Hi there, this is Chris from IELTS 360, and in this video we're going to look at Cambridge IELTS 10 Test 2 Listening Section 1. We're going to look over the questions and think about what you should be listening for before you play the audio. Alright, this is Section 1. It's the first part of the test. You see that it's transportation survey is the topic. Of course, it's going to be a dialogue. The questions are note completion. There's no more than one word and or a number, which does mean you might have a letter, a number and a word together in an answer, but you won't have two words and you won't have two numbers. They're going to be asking for personal information, and then they'll of course be receiving it. And we're going to see that they're also going to be asking about opinions on the topic of transportation. So for questions 1 to 5, this is where the focus is on the personal information. We see that first question here is a name. We expect it to be spelt. They'll always spell the name of a person, though there could be a correction of that spelling. Second, of course, is an address. In this case, it's a number. We're not expecting a name to go with it because we have the name of the road, but we could expect a possible correction, maybe a letter number combination on the address as well. Next is the postal code. Postal codes are sometimes letter number combinations. They will also possibly correct this. Occupation is a job title. There could be a lot of different job title options. Some of them are pretty common. Some of them are pretty unusual. Also, don't be surprised about any distractions about saying something that they used to do but not what they do now. Also, remember, it should be the name of a job rather than something characteristic of a job like part-time, full-time, or something like that. Finally, her reason for going to town. Clearly, this needs to be a reason you would visit a town from your home. Again, this is the kind of thing which there could be multiple distractors in here, that she usually comes for one reason, but she's got a different reason for showing up today. All right, for 6 to 10, this is where her opinions are being recorded. So it's useful to look at the two dividers here, suggestions for improvement and how we could encourage cycling to work. So that's clearly going to have a shift. If I get lost, I'm going to pay attention for that shift of topic so that I can get back onto where we're at. So, number 6 is clearly something about transportation that could be better. Then they're going to mention footpaths, and then there's something that she wants to have more frequent. Now, if you're talking about improving transportation, my guess is something about the transportation being more often. Now, ways for encouraging cycling. Having parking places at work. I'm guessing this is some kind of adjective on quantity or quality relating to those parking places. Number 9, something that you might want to use. It's going to be countable singular because of the article. And what would you need to use after cycling to work? Lastly, for number 10, something that she wants the opportunity to have more associated with busy roads. It's got something to do with cycling. It's going to be a plural countable noun. Finally, some general tips just to get you on with your practice. Remember to predict generally, not specifically. Don't assume that you know which job she has. Just listen for what kind of job she might mention. Remember that you might miss something. Just move on. You want to make this an authentic practice. So you can always go back and listen to see if you can get it on a second go. And in fact, that's what I would recommend. Always try to listen again on these kinds of practices before checking your answer key so you get the most opportunities to practice your listening out of this. The more that you can hear the right answer without help, the better it's going to be. Before checking the answer key as well, I would just check my plurals. There are a lot of plural errors that I see, and if you can learn to not make those mistakes, you can easily save yourself a couple points on the test. Last thing I do is look at the audio script after checking your answer key. The reason I'd be doing that is so that you can note language that tricked you, or even just the stuff that almost tricked you, to confirm that, yes, I did hear that the right way, and that's why I got the answer. Once you complete your practice, please check out our video linked up above for our answer review for this section. And if you have any other questions, you can contact us at facebook.com/IEL360.